In 2017, when I started my journey in this movement, I spoke to a pastor friend of mine back here in Northern Ireland, and he gave me some advice. He said, Richard, he says, if you're going to do this, follow the playbook of Martin Luther King Jr. He says, do it in peace and do it in love and do it with an outstretched arm, an outstretched hand to your enemies. And I think that was very, very good advice. And I think that's advice that every single one of us should learn from, because as soon as we throw a fist or a brick, we lose the argument. And I think particularly in light of what's been happening in the country, the intimidation, the threats, the bullying, the demonization, the slander, a lot of people are angry. But I think that anger needs to be channeled into a positive way of doing things. That's why we're launching the pledge. And again, when you see the pledge in its full form, you will realize that no right-thinking person could not sign the pledge. It is something that can absolutely unite the kingdom and bring people together. So the theme of the 26 will once again be uniting the kingdom, but the second line of that is going to be resisting tyranny. And what we're seeing at the minute is a tyrannical state flexing its muscles, trying to intimidate people. Now we can do one of three things actually. We can either cower and hide in the corner and not get involved. And I don't think any of us want to do that. And I know that all the people that I associate with and talk to have come out fighting after the riots and the horrendous propaganda that was pushed by the mainstream media about our movement and about people in our movement. Everybody's come out swinging and saying we're not going to lie down. So you can either hide in a corner, you can come out like a crazy man fighting and doing stuff that's going to get you landed in prison, which obviously you do not do, or you can take the third option, is where you, in a very measured, very calm way, stand up and peacefully and with genuine unity and a genuine unifying spirit in your heart, carry on doing exactly what you're doing. We carry on promoting the pledge. We carry on promoting this society that comes together under a set of values irrespective of colour or creed. That's what we've got to do. And the 26 is going to be no different to any of the other celebrations that we've been involved in. And let's get it right. We have had the two best events that the patriotic movement has done, without a shadow of a doubt. Absolutely superbly managed, superbly run, and they've been fantastic. And the 26th of October is not going to be any different. It's going to be exactly the same. It's going to be a fantastic event. So I know some people, quite understandably, in view of what's happened in the country, some people are a little bit nervous. Will there be violence? Will there be trouble? Well, the reality is nobody can say that an event that's bringing thousands of people together, there's not going to be anything goes wrong or anything happens that we didn't plan for. But what I will tell you is this, that I am at the moment talking to the police about how we do this event and how we do it peacefully and how we do it responsibly and how we do it in a way that everybody goes home safe and nobody gets arrested. Obviously, that's a big ask. But from our side, from the patriotic side, from the uniting the kingdom side, I can guarantee this. We have the best team of stewards in the country when it comes to organising events, marshalling events. They have put themselves in harm's way on numerous occasions to keep the peace, to help people, to stop any violence, to defuse situations. I trust the people that run the stewards implicitly. We literally all of us in this team trust each other with our lives. I'm not going to name the gentleman that runs security. I also implicitly trust Tommy's lead security guy. And what we're going to do, as well as having all the stewards and all the usual team, we're going to have a second tier of security to help, just in case there's anything untoward happens or anything unforeseen happens. And they will be there to help people in the crowd. They'll be there to calm situations down and just to do normal security work. Okay, so when it comes to the actual safety of the event, from our point of view, we're going to put a plan in place with the police, that is going to mean the routes that we use are safe, the area that we have the actual event will be safe, everything will be properly stewarded, there will be security there, more security than we've ever had before. So if you're coming to the event, I can't guarantee anything, but what I can say from our point of view, we're going to do our best to have a fantastic event and have a safe event and have a peaceful event. That's what we always plan for, that's what we organise for. And if you want to come to the event and you're planning on causing trouble or kicking off or throwing things, do not come to our event. You are not welcome. If you're going to come and you want to wear a mask, you will be asked to remove your mask by our security team. We do not want people wearing masks at these events. It's not what we're about. If you're going to come and stand with us, you have the courage to come and stand with us, then you don't have a mask on your face. And we understand why people sometimes do wear masks because they're worried about losing their jobs, etc., etc. We get that, but we would ask, if you're going to come, no face coverings. This is going to be a completely multi-ethnic event. It's going to be people from all sorts of different backgrounds. It's going to be people from all sorts of age groups. There's going to be people from the Jewish community, the Hindu community, Sikh community, Christians, atheists. Everybody is going to be there. And it's going to be to protest, yes, against what Starmer's been doing, to call Starmer out, yes, to put him behind the eight ball, yes, but we're not going to incite violence. We're not going to encourage any violence. It is our movement is a completely peaceful movement. Now, we know there are provocateurs, there are agents of influence, there are very sinister organisations like, well, I'm not going to name them, but you know all the ones that claim they're against racism, but they're really the most racist people on the planet. The people that talk about not wanting hate when they're the most hateful people on the planet. And all of these far left, hard left, dangerous, sometimes bordering on criminal organisations that want to incite violence. We saw one of their number saying that people from our movement should have their throats cut. That's what we're up against. But we're not going to engage with them. We don't want to see them. We don't want to be anywhere near them. We will have a peaceful rally. We will steward it. We will have security. We will do everything within our power to cooperate with the police, to work with the police, to have a good event and make sure that everybody that comes to that event goes home safely. Now, obviously, there's another dynamic in this, that Tommy's coming back at some point. He is going to be at the event. Now, if the police move and arrest Tommy, we will still have the event. But what I want to call for, if that does happen, and it would be to me, it'd be really bad faith if the authorities did that, and it would cause us problems for sure. But what I would say is we still appeal for calm and we will still do a peaceful event. And we'll make sure that that event on the 26th is peaceful and safe for everybody. And that's a vital message to go out. We do not want to see blood on our streets. We do not want to see riot and chaos and disorder. That's absolutely the opposite of what we want. We want the British working class of all races and all backgrounds to come together and in 5 years' time, in an election, have the biggest earthquake that's ever been seen in British politics and get rid of the establishment parties. We want to see them gone. Now, how that pans out in 5 years' time, whether it's Reform or UKIP or a mix of both or one or the other, is at the moment we're too early in the stages of what we're planning to even think about that. But the main thing is we get behind Tommy and stand for him as he goes through this court case. We get behind the pledge and we get millions of people to sign the pledge. We have these peaceful events and we continue to have these peaceful events. Once one of our events turns into a riot, it causes massive, massive problems. And it hasn't happened, thankfully. The events that we've organised have been peaceful. Largely, I might say as well, because Tommy has called for them to be peaceful. And the British working class stand with Tommy and respect Tommy and respect what he says. And I also have said it many times, but I believe Tommy's take on the riots is why the riots stopped, because Tommy was telling people to stop, along with many other people in the movement that are in leadership positions. But putting that aside, this is about the 26th. The 26th is a vital day. It's vitally important that everybody gets there. It's vitally important that we do not miss this day and that we do take a stand for freedom, for justice and for peace in this country, and that we do unite the kingdom and always, always, always resist tyranny. See you all soon.